All right, all right, all right. Welcome to this training for this initial phase of your training as part of being a CA. We're very excited to have you join us. I want to go through a couple of things today in this video format that you can review, and then we can catch up in person for 15 to 30 minutes and answer any questions that you have. Yeah, so let's get stuck straight into it. Again, the purpose of this is just to make sure that you're well set up so that you don't get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff there is to learn. You can see there's a step-by-step process to learning everything and basically jumping on board with us. And there may be another purpose, but we'll, if I remember it, we'll get there when we get there. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. So probably the first thing that is worth talking about is communication. So there's a couple of things that I like to touch on. And the first one is the difference between integrity and morality. So when I say integrity, what does integrity mean to you? And you can pause this video and just and actually just take a moment to think about what integrity means to you. What most people do is they start talking about and if I give you an example, so if I don't do this welcome video with you and I don't do a little bit of training before you start, and then you get overwhelmed after the first day or two, most people fall into the world of good or bad. So in this case, it's bad. Like I didn't do it, therefore you don't feel very good or confident, or you feel overwhelmed, and that's bad. On the flip side, if I do it and you do watch this training and then you are having a good experience, most people, they do that. They're exactly what I just did, that they go, that was good. But when I talk about integrity, I don't mean good or bad. I just mean, I'm just talking from a place of functionality. Think of it like a wheel. If you had a bicycle wheel and you had all the spokes, that bicycle wheel has integrity. If one of the spokes is missing, the bicycle wheel no longer has integrity anymore. And the consequences of that is that the wheel will actually get damaged, and you'll end up trying to ride on a damaged wheel. So it no longer has any integrity. There is no morality involved. It does not make the wheel a good wheel if it has all the spokes. It doesn't make it a bad wheel if it doesn't have any spokes. And I create this like this with you because I want you to get that when we're operating from integrity, not morality. So if I don't do this video, it doesn't make me a bad person. It just means that that the situation isn't going to function anymore. There's no workability in the situation. And the same thing, if you don't watch this video, then there's no workability. So there's no morality about it. It doesn't make you a bad person because you didn't watch it. And why this is really important, and I talk about this inside of communication, is because I want you to get that if it's important that you are straight about what you do and don't do, because it's not about it's not like I'm going to get upset about it, and if I do, then I'll get over it real quickly. But it's about getting that if we don't complete things with integrity, then it lacks workability and it doesn't work. And I like creating this in our team because it means that we can share with each other where we've made mistakes, because mistakes are not bad. They just don't work, especially if we don't learn from them and we don't communicate with each other about them. if anything, I get excited about mistakes in terms of their learning opportunities. It means we can get better. We can provide a better service. We can do a better job. So that's the first thing, is getting that. I like to operate from integrity, from that distinction, rather than as a separate thing from morality. The second thing then is learning how to avoid the gap. So there is a lot of information that you're going to come across. I'm going to show you our policies and our procedures manual, and there's a lot of information. And it is very easy sometimes for some people to get overwhelmed. And it's a little bit like if you were going to climb Mount Everest, one of the worst things you can do is after the first day, look up and see how much further you've got to go, because it can get a bit stressful when you realize you're like, oh my gosh, I've been walking all day and I've still got freaking ages to go before I'm going to get to the top of that mountain. So one of the things that I'm going to want, that I expect you to do, is I expect you at either at the end of every day, or at least and what most people do is at the end of every week, is I want an email, and I want 3 things in this email. I want something that you've accomplished, or 3 things you've accomplished, 3 questions or problems that you've had, and then 3 wins. So that's 3 accomplishments, 3 questions or problems, and then 3 wins. And so, and just to give you an example, so an accomplishment would be that you learned how to learn the procedure for answering the phone. And then a question might be that you're not sure whether you should say, welcome to Fusion Chiropractic. My name is Gareth, or you're not, or whether you should say, this is a terrible example. Welcome. Oh, you could just say, welcome. This is Gareth speaking. So you might have a question about that. And then we can discuss that. And then the third thing in terms of a win is that you were actually able to answer the phone and book someone in with ease. So those are the things that I want in that email, and that's going to be how we avoid the gap. Now, couple of things that I want to go through. So in terms of, yes, the same thing. So you'll see on my screen here. So I will share a training checklist with you. It can be found inside the Google Drive. So Fusion Chiropractic has a Google Drive, which we can give you access to. And we can share this to your personal email if that helps. And basically, you're going to go through all these tasks. Now, I've highlighted in purple what is essential to focus on initially. But you see there's a whole bunch of different tasks in here. And we go, first you tick the box whether you've been instructed on it. Then we tick a box where you can complete with ease. And then we tick a box that says needs no instruction. And that's basically what we're going to use over the next few months. To make sure that you go through everything that you need to go through. There may be, depending on your role, there may be 1 or 2 things that you don't actually do because somebody else already does that, and there's no need for them to pass that job on. But we will tailor that to your training as we go along. There are, as I say, there are some policies and procedures manual. For the moment, I'm going to say, don't worry about the policy manual. It's a, this is, I mean, we need everything in here, and you will go through a lot of this over time. But right now, what you really need, more importantly, is the procedures manual. And again, this is shared with that in that Google Doc. In the Google Drive, sorry. We can print a copy of this off for you if you would like a printed copy. But basically what this this procedures manual goes through every procedure that happens with a new practice member. And you'll see it, we've done it in a particular order. So basically from the first phone call to the first visit to after the initial visit, you'll see it, we've literally done it in a very chronological order. So you learn how to look after a person from the time they walk in to the time they get to their 50th visit, for example. There are telephone procedures, fees and booking appointments, recalls, how to perform recalls, exit processes, standard office procedures like the pre and post shift huddle, how to record your hours. There's pretty much everything you need in this initial first 3 months will be in this manual here. And if you have any questions, one of the other CAs or myself are more than happy to help you. You just got to let us know. What else do we want to go through? So in terms of some core values and a mission and vision, and then probably the dream come true experience are probably what I want to focus on for the rest of this video. So is it in here that I have this? Yeah. No, it's not. Sorry, this is in the policies manual. So there are a couple of things that I do want to go through. The first one is our core values. And actually, I lied. We are going to get you to read some of the policies manual. It's just going to be these initial few pages. So the first thing to get is that these are our core values. So trust, trusting in the body's ability to heal itself, trusting in each other as a team, trusting our clients. Yeah, trust is an important core value amongst us. Connecting, we connect the brain to the body. We connect with each other, we connect with the clients. Again, connecting is another very big core value for us. Being environmentally conscious. Now, this is not only just about looking after the planet, which it is. I do try and recycle, I do try and save paper where we can. Like to have plants in the office, but it's also about recognizing that what goes into your head affects your mental health. So if you're watching the news, for example, the news uses a ridiculous amount of catastrophic language, and in my experience, it doesn't really actually make you that much wiser. So recognizing that the things that your environment does affect your mental status is quite important, and especially for our clients, it's the same thing. Like if they spend 10 minutes in an appointment with us, then that may be the only time they are for that week or for that month that they have anything other than because we like to encourage their body them to understand that their body is healthy and it's designed to fix itself, and the outside world does not align with that. Challenge the status quo. We are often challenging the status quo. Yeah, the Western world would have you believe that there's something that your body is designed to be broken, and we're obviously the opposite of that. And then finding integrity. So as I talked about before, integrity is separate from morality, and it's just an important value for us. I want you to read through some of this stuff. I think the biggest thing to get is that our mission is to lead our community to be healthy, environmentally conscious people by aligning spirit, mind, and body. We do that through our chiropractic corrections. We do that through our education. We do that through our presence. Yeah, so, and that's why you're here. It is literally the only reason why you're here is because I can't do all this by myself. And I know that I need our team to help grow our practice and have the impact on the community that we want to have. Yes, no, the dream come true experience, and I'll think I'll finish off with this for now. One of my chiropractic colleagues told me a story about how he went to a conference or something in Singapore, and he stayed at this hotel. And anyway, at some point he ordered a glass of orange juice. When he came back to that hotel like 2 years later for another conference, when he got into his room, there was a little glass of orange juice sitting on the counter with a note saying, "We know you ordered a glass of orange juice at your last visit. We thought you might like another." And he was blown away by that little thing. He said they did all sorts of other things, like when it was raining and no one could go outside, they offered them like a free mocktail and stuff like that. But my point of sharing this with you is I want you to get that what we're ultimately working towards is this this dream come true experience, this gold standard experience where people feel welcomed. Like, so from the minute they call and we answer the phone with a smile, because whether you recognize it or not, people can tell whether you're smiling over the phone. When they first walk through the door, we actually come out from behind the front desk and we welcome them by name. "Hi, Jenny. My name's Gareth. It's so lovely to meet you. Come in and take a seat." Greeting each client by name, like does it even when it's in the 100th time, be like, "Hi, Jenny. It's nice to see you." We are ultimately trying to provide, and we're not always achieving it. We're always working at making it a better experience, and we're doing all sorts of things to do that. And if you see something that you think would make a big difference, then I encourage you to bring it to us. But my point here is we want to do everything we can to give our clients a dream come true experience. And that starts right from the first phone call. Anyway, I could probably talk about this stuff for hours, but it just gives you a sense of it. So anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. I will touch base with you soon, and I look forward to starting this journey with you.